DNA paternity testing, a powerful tool that can resolve doubts about biological relationships, is becoming a critical aspect of Ghanaian society. In recent times, social media has been hit with viral stories of men discovering their children aren't biologically theirs after DNA testing.
I paid 2,000 for the four of us. The doctor asked me, "How long have you been with your wife?" By then I said, "Oh, is it 21 good years?" He went straight, he said, "The kids are not yours." I was shaking.
While in some cases the men have remained mute and not confronted their spouses, some cases have ended up in violence being perpetrated on their wives and children. According to experts, the demand for paternity tests has increased steadily over the past decade. One key factor contributing to this rise is the evolution of societal norms and the changing dynamics of relationships, as well as the availability of such tests.
I have a saying that emotions have no intellect. It's easier said than done. How you and I will put it here is that forgive, forget, don't worry. It's okay, you just have to be mature. Trust me, when you are faced with a situation like that, you know whether you are mature or not. And we need to be very mindful. Seek advice, seek counseling.
Reverend Dr. Lawrence Sette has been counseling partners for over 4 decades. He says nothing is more dangerous than raising a child you're uncertain of.
We know what paternity check is. Simply means that you don't trust that the baby is your baby. The child is your child. And nothing will be more dangerous than living with a child and not sure whether it's yours or not. The feeling is not good. And so as much as this is a very sensitive issue that can bring closure to marriages, can bring uncertainty, it's also a wise thing to check and just make sure your mind is at rest.
The emotional toll that uncertainty can take on individuals and families is undeniable. But it is not just changing attitudes that have fueled the increase in demand.
You have to be sure of your children before you take up the cost or anything.
For her to say the child is not minded, that one I will not say anything. But I mean, we have people, they take kids from orphanage and take care of them. So that one, I see nothing wrong with that.
The child is not for you. I go see the art, your face and everything. You go see the child is not for you, so that you will do the DNA test.
I have come to one of the country's leading DNA testing laboratories to find out more about DNA testing. Here, I met with Julius, the coordinator of DNA test at SynLab.
I can tell you that there's been a rise. When we did the analysis over the last 6 years, we realized that there's been a very significant rise in numbers of people that actually come in for the testing.
It tells me about the instances that require DNA tests.
Suspicion of infidelity, that also accounts for a good number, of these. And then one big factor has to do with settlement of disputes in the courts. In fact, most of the courts in Ghana refer their paternity DNA cases to SynLab.
For DNA testing, 2 types of samples can be used, either blood or a buccal swab. But here at SynLab, blood is mostly used.
The blood sample collection, every tube is labeled in the presence of everyone. When the samples are collected, they are kept within the visual reach of everyone. Now, once all samples are taken, the samples are put in a tamper-proof bag and sealed. Now, when that has been done, then the samples are sent to the genetics lab for analysis.
As more Ghanaians recognize the benefits of DNA paternity testing, clinics and laboratories are struggling to keep up with the demand.
We were getting more cases from within Greater Accra, Greater Kumasi. But over the years, you're getting cases from all over. Bono Ahafo, Eastern, Northern, Northeast, and all of them are interested in getting a certain closure to the cases, which is why they refer more to SYNLAB.
For Dr. Lawrence Sete, the outcome of test results could have dire consequences on the family dynamics. As such, it must be done so cautiously.
There are a lot of repercussions when you go through that paternity test and the child eventually realizes that they are yours. How would the children feel like? There's effect it has on the marriage, there's effect it has on the children, and that's why we have to be very mindful.
DNA paternity testing is on the rise in Ghana, showing a society that is awakening by using the power of science to answer questions that were once left unspoken. Now, the million-dollar question is, would you undertake a test? Would you rather go to sleep knowing that you are indeed the father of your child, or live with the uncertainty? Emmanuel Samani, TV3 News, Accra.